Hey guys, Pulkit this side from Gadget Generations, and today's video is going to be about one of my favorite brands from the Chi-Fi audio industry known as DUNU Top Sound, previously known as DUNU Top Sound. Now they are only known as DUNU. Why they are my favorite? Because my first ever mid-tier purchase in the hobby was from DUNU, and it was the DUNU DK3001 Pro. Fast forward, it was back in 2019 or something. Now fast forward to 2025 and we have the latest installment in the series, the DUNU DK3001 BD, also known as the DUNU DK3001 Brain Dance. This pair basically has an entirely new 9 driver setup on each side, featuring one dynamic driver, 4 balanced armature drivers, and 4 micro-planar tweeters basically. And this is why I was interested and excited to test out the DK3001 BD, because the implementation of micro-planars, I have not experienced that into the mid-tier segment, and their brands have been doing that as a replacement for EST. So I was excited to try this one out. So first of all, I would like to thank my dear friend Sushify for doing this review tour of DK3001 BD in India. You should subscribe to him. He's also making some really amazing hi-fi audio related content on YouTube. Moreover, I would also like to thank DUNU for organizing this review tour in India. You can purchase this unit at retails for $499 into the international market. In India, it is not currently available, but all 3 dealers, Concept Card, Headphone Zone, and Audio Store, all 3 dealers deal with DUNU. So in case you want to purchase, you can contact them and maybe pre-order a unit for yourself. So we will begin with the design and build quality part for the pair. And DUNU, they have always mastered the art of bringing really good looking and well built pair of in-ear monitors. The DK3001 BD is again no different here, but the pair has a very unique cyberpunk inspired industrial grade kind of design theme, which looks quite anime style. If I am mecha style or anime style, I must say the shells are made up of metal, but they are entirely in white color, and that have a very rich and smooth textured white color. So it looks really good in hand, and it fits me quite nicely as well. I have been using it with, the pair with Divinus wide bore ear tips, and the fit is quite comfortable, and I also get good level of isolation. The included cable is also white in color and has this silicone style sleeve onto the top side, while the below the voice splitter we have a cloth sleeved finish. And the just like other cables and other products by DUNU, this one also has interchangeable termination plug system and comes with 3.5mm and 4.4mm plugs into the package. Overall, the build quality is quite nice. I personally don't dig the white color theme of the DUNU DK3001 BD, but it looks really good and unique. I can't deny that as well. However, I would have loved a different color approach. Now, talking about the power requirements for the DUNU DK3001 BD, the pair is not that demanding. It just has a impedance rating of like 26 ohms and a high sensitivity of like 108 decibels per milliwatt. I don't notice the pair to be that demanding in terms of everyday usage. I have been using it with my BTR17 and also with my Hibi R82. Synergy wise, it synergizes well with the slightly warm sound signature of the R82 compared to the neutral signature of the BTR17. But with both the products, I don't have to raise the volume too high to get a proper drivability with the pair. On my R82, I'm like 20 to 25 volume out of 100 on the high gain mode, and similarly on with my BTR17, I'm using it at like 20 to 25 out of 60 volume on the high gain mode. So I don't notice it to be that demanding. It is easy to power. You just have to treat it with the right source and you're good to go. Now on to the next section where we will be discussing about the sound quality part for the DUNU DK3001 BD. Okay guys, so now talking about the sound quality part for the DUNU DK3001 BD. As I mentioned earlier, the gadget lover in me was super intrigued to try out the DK3001 BD for the implementation of 4 micro-planars onto the Treble region. And so for the similar reason, I'm also inclined to try out the Moondrop Meteors as well, because they have a kind of similar setup onto them. So back to the 3001 BD now. Basically, to summarize the sound profile, it has a very smooth, very clean sound profile across the frequency band, the bass region, the mid range, the treble, everything sound very clean and crisp and well defined. I would say that the treble steals the show here. The microplanars are implemented very well because they provide you very well extended treble region that has a very effortless presentation. Like minute details into the treble region are produced quite smoothly, and you don't hear any kind of sibilance, you don't hear any kind of sharpness onto them. Overall, the pair maintains a well balanced frequency response. You won't be able to say that, man, I feel like the bass region is overemphasized or the treble region is overemphasized, because the entire three frequency band is very well balanced. Now, onto the sound description based on all three frequency response. So I will be beginning with the treble region. So treble region, like I mentioned, is very smooth, very effortless, and has a great level of extensions onto the pair. The four microplanars are implemented really well. If you listen to I was listening to this track Wonder Woman theme by Tina Go. The violins were hitting really high notes, and the pair was presenting you those high notes with great ease. There was no sharpness with those notes. There was no fatigue, and there was no congestion in that notes as well. The treble region sounds really open and very well defined in my opinion. Next up, the mid-range. The mid-range section, I feel like the DK3001 BD has a slight bit of more emphasis onto the upper mids compared to the lower mid section, because the vocals are a bit more pronounced compared to the instruments into the mid-range section. I was listening to this track Jani Dur Gaye by Hadika Kiani, who is a Pakistani Qawwali singer, and the track is one of my favorites basically. So yeah, that track has very beautiful vocals, very beautiful lyrics by very beautiful vocals by Hadika Kiani, and the lyrics, I guess, some really famous person has wrote that. I am just not able to remember the name right now, but yeah, the lyrics are also quite good. Then we have really beautiful harmonium being played into the overall music, and I personally feel like the vocals are getting more emphasized compared to the instrument like harmonium. So I'm not saying that harmonium is showing less details. I'm just saying that the vocals are getting a bit more emphasized. They are a bit more present into the output, and a bit more forwarded into the output. So I personally feel like the lower mids have a slight bit of dip present with the DK3001 BD, but that doesn't affect the overall performance because vocals steal the show into that section. Both male and female vocals provide you with great level of clarity and a great level of music listening experience. There is no sibilance even at louder listening volumes. Both male and female vocals show great character. They are very well controlled. They never get sibilant. They never show any kind of sharpness, even though they are a bit forwarded. So, for vocal lovers, the DK3001 BD provides you with a very natural and very attractive sound response. Now on to the bass section. The bass section onto the DK3001 BD has a more has great extensions into the sub bass region. The sub bass rumble is being produced quite nicely. I was listening to this track Madhania by the Collective Project, and then Mehram by Coke Studio season 14 or 15, I guess. And the pair was doing a great job in producing that sub bass rumble, because it was just sounding very thunderous and very captivating for me. So bass region has a very good reach into the sub bass section and provides you with a very good level of rumble. Mid bass punch is there. It is quick, it is punchy. Although, however, I would say that I would have loved a bit of more punch into the mid bass, and that I also understand that might have turned the sound a bit from being balanced and natural to a bit warm. But I have a personal subjective opinion. I would have loved a bit more punch into the mid bass section. Now onto the technicalities part. The soundstage is a bit onto the immersive side, onto the captivating side, but I can't say it to be intimate or congested. It maintains very good open and captivating sound profile with good width and good depth, even for busy tracks like Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, or where a lot of things are going on at the same time, but the pair maintains that level of clarity for different parts quite well and provides you with a really good and immersive listening experience. Next, the imaging and layering are also quite well done onto the DK3001 BD. I personally find it to be quite crisp and defined. However, I would just like to mention one thing which I wanted to cover in the travel section and I forgot because my notes are not here with me right now. So yeah, the treble region, while the four microplanars do a very well done, very good job into presenting you with a very detailed and crisp and defined presentation, I personally feel like currently EST based IEMs have a bit more refinement present onto the treble section. I mean, they sound a bit more cleaner in presentation compared to the DK3001. Now, don't get me wrong here into this by this, because the pair also maintains good clarity. I just remembered listening to the IO Volair, which is one of my favorite IEMs around $500 price bracket, and it houses a like 1DD, 2DD plus 4BA plus 4 EST drivers for the treble section, and I remember it being more slightly bit of more transparent onto the treble section compared to the DK3001 BD. Well, that's about everything from the DK3001 BD from my side. This IEM provides you great sub bass, excellent vocals, and a very smooth musical and effortless treble region, and a very clean overall 3 frequency band response and well balanced sound profile. However, I would have loved a bit more punch into the mid bass section, and I would have loved a bit more and a bit different color profile, because white is not something that I prefer for IEMs for myself. uh don't consider my supernova because that has a white pearl sheet, but yeah, so entire white shells are, I would have loved a bit more different color opinion, but apart from that, this is a great sounding set, and I would be on the lookout for finding out a good deal. If I could locate out a good deal on the DK3001 BD, I would have purchased it for myself for my daily everyday casual usage, because it is a good sounding IEM. Well, that's about it. That's about the DUNU DK3001 BD from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. I would again like to thank Sushi5, my dear friend, who has lent this unit to me, and I have been using it for like 10 days now. So I will be returning the unit to him today itself. Well, thank you so much for watching till the very end. I hope you guys have a great day. That's your friend Pulkit from Gadget Generations. Thank you so much.